IAM stands for Identity and Access Management.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so the name itself indicates that identity means recognition and access means whoever have the access to the Amazon resources or not. So on Amazon you can find resources and services. Resources it means the EC2 instances, the servers that you launch, the VPC land that you create. Okay, and as well as
Mm-hmm.
along with that, Amazon is offering some services to us with the SaaS services like RDS. With the help of RDS service, you can launch database service servers. So with the help of IAM service, what you can do is you can create users, you can create groups, you can add users to the groups, okay, and you can restrict
Uh-huh.
these users or groups to AWS resources or
Uh-huh.
services with the help of
Uh-huh.
policies.
Policy.
Okay, we'll see that. And for each and every user that you create with Amazon, he will have the access to AWS console, right? That we have connecting via username
Uh-huh.
and password. Okay. Assume this is AWS. You can connect to AWS. One is through console that we have seen it. Okay.
Uh-huh.
The other way also you can do is you can connect to AWS via CLI, command line interface. For that, you need
Uh-huh.
to install a software called AWS CLI in your system from where you are trying to connect. Okay.
Uh-huh.
What this AWS CLI software does is it will, excuse me, what this AWS CLI software does is it will install an additional commands to your Windows native operating system commands, the
Mm-hmm.
AWS command, so that AWS can understand your so that Windows system can understand that extra commands and it can communicate to your AWS cloud computing.
Uh-huh.
And the other way you can make a communication is through SDK. SDK stands for Software Development Kit, and the other is API. API stands for Application Programming Interface.
Uh-huh.
Okay. When we use this API is Application Programming Interface is assume that you are running some Java code on one of your server. Okay, and that
Uh-huh.
Java code needs to communicate with AWS, then you have to write this piece of Java is one application, right?
Uh-huh.
You are written in it's a programming language. That's the reason, and it is trying to make an interconnection with AWS. That's the reason we call it as API, Application Programming Interface Connections. Okay,
Uh-huh.
right now the AWS, what all the programming language that supports under API is, you can call APIs from Java code, .NET code, Python, Ruby, PHP, Node.js. These are the different programming language that supports our AWS APIs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, for connecting to console, the user needs username and password. Okay, but when you are trying to connect through a CLI or
Uh-huh.
SDK or API, you required access key and secret key.
Uh-huh.
Mm. Access key and secret key. This access key is nothing but a username and secret key is password. So these
Okay.
keys it will look like a 16-digit number with followed with combination of both characters and numbers. I will show you.
Mm-hmm.
So we use these users, okay, to communicate from outside of world to AWS. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
what if some services of AWS trying some services or resources of AWS trying to communicate internally within the AWS? In that scenarios,
Uh-huh.
you need to create roles.
Re-
Okay, and you need to assign that roles to that particular service which is trying to communicate with the other
okay.
service of AWS. For that
Uh,
services, you have to define policies
Policies.
that such a way that that role should have full access to the service that is that trying to communicate. For example, my EC2 service. EC2 service means with the help of EC2 service you can launch instances, right?
Mm-hmm.
Assume that there is another service called SES. SES stands for Simple Email Service. This service is used to send the emails.
Mm-hmm.
Now, assume that if your EC2 service wants to communicate with SES, then what you need to do is you need to create a role and you need to assign a
Roles.
policies to the role such a way
Policies.
that this
Mm-hmm.
EC2 or this role should have policies
Mm-hmm.
to, to communicate with the SES, the full permission policies.
Okay.
So basically we use roles for communicating AWS services and resources.
Okay.
We use users if somebody from outside wants to communicate with AWS.
Okay.
Let's see how do we create. You can find this IAM service under the category of security, identity and compliance. Okay, now click on that
Mm-hmm.
IAM. Here go to users in order to create. This is the dashboard of IAM and this is a
Mm-hmm.
global service. Okay, because it is the service that is for your account.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to create a user, go to users, click add user, name that user. Like I want to create a user for
We just have to give the email address or just a name.
anything.
I see.
Just a name, I'm giving it as email. No, sorry, here you have to create the email address only, not no email address. Now here I can see if you want to enable only console access, just click on this. Okay, by clicking on this, you need to provide the password for that. This would be the your username, test case AWS, and you're
Mm-hmm.
creating a password, auto generated password or custom password, anything you can create. Okay, here when you enable this, user must create a new password and the next sign in not required. Or if you want to enable programmatic access also, I told you right. For if
Mm-hmm.
AWS CLI or SDK or API wants to communicate with it, required access key and secret key. For that, you have to click here. With this, you can create an access key and secret key. Okay, that's the reason here you can see he stated a statement enables an access key ID and secret key for the AWS API, CLI, and SDK. Are you getting me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Now click next. Now this is the user we are trying to create. Okay. For that user, do you
Uh-huh.
want to provide any permissions? So by default, the user would not have any permissions. He cannot do anything. Just he log in. That's it.
Uh-huh.
If you want
Yeah.
to provide permissions, you have to go to first step is hey, do you want to add these users to any group? Assume
Mm-hmm.
that for that particular group you are trying to add, for that group, if we had some permissions, I mean the policies, automatically those
Mm-hmm.
policies will be applied to that user, whatever we are adding to that group.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, or do you want to copy any existing policies of different user to this new user, whatever you are creating? This can also be done. Or do you want to create and attach already policies? For example, Attach. These are the policies that is recognized by Amazon. Okay, these are the
Uh-huh.
policies that are predefined by Amazon. Assume that I want this user only to see VPC at the two read permissions. Okay, I'll search for VPC. Here, if I search for VPC, I can see here Amazon VPC full access, read only access. I want to give him only VPC read only access. I'll select
Okay.
this and review and just launch complete. Now I've created the user. Now let's see in order to log into this user and we'll see. For doing that, if you have to provide this particular link for that user. Okay, this is the different link through which user can log into AWS account. Here you can see this link consists of the account ID followed by signin.aws Amazon. It means that this I am user is an sub user of this particular account it represents.
Okay.
I'll copy this and I'll open different browser. Okay. Now I'm trying to sign into this user with a different account from different browser, right? A particular user.
Uh-huh.
Now let me see. When you go to EC2,
Uh-huh.
here you can see you are not authorized to describe running instances because we have given this particular
Okay.
user only VPC read only access.
Mm.
If you go to any other services, it will show the same message saying that you are not authorized to view the services. If you go to VPC, here this that too just you can see it read only, not you cannot create or you cannot delete anything. Okay, I'm seeing it. When I try to delete something or when I try to create, you are not authorized to perform this operation. Okay, this is how you can restrict
Uh-huh.
users to different services of AWS. Even this is from here you can see all the policies that was recognized by Amazon. If you want to create your own policy, you can do that also by just clicking on create policy. Okay, a customized policy. For doing that, you can create a policy from Visual Editor, which visually you can see and you can create. Other is through programmatic, like JSON script you can write and you can create
Oh,
policy. For doing that through Visual Editor, click on Visual Editor and choose for which service you are trying to create this policy. Specify that. For example, I want to create a policy uh, just for where we create for VPC. Assume VPC. Or talk about EC2 action. What action you want to do? I want to just read all EC. Read, just read. Under read again, I have 10 selected. What read tags, VPN connection, password data. What exactly do you want to read? On which resources? All resources, all EC2 instances, or do you want to specifically restrict this to any one particular instance? Okay, this is how you can create the policies and you can attach the policies to the users.
okay.
Now talking about other services, we'll talk about S3. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. S3 stands for Simple Storage Service. Uh, Srujan, have you seen the videos that I have shared to you?
Yeah, yeah. I've been looking at the networking now and networking, and then the other one. I was busy today, so I'm started looking from after today.
Okay. So basically, in cloud, there are two types of storages. One is block storage, the other is object storage. We use block storage for connecting as a volumes to our instances, like hard disks that you connect to the servers, like volumes that you
Uh,
connect to the virtual machines, right?
uh-huh.
We use object storage. This is a different SaaS service provided by cloud where you can store your data and you can share it with different peoples throughout the world. The
Okay.
the underlying infrastructure will be taken care by Amazon itself. We are responsible
Okay.
only for storing our data and sharing it with
Sure.
Amazon.
Okay.
Now, example of object storage in the market are Google Drive,
Uh-huh.
Mac, Dropbox. What you can do, just upload the
Uh,
data and you can share with the data with different people, right? The underlying technology,
yeah.
infrastructure, everything is taken care by Google or Mac.
Yeah.
Here we have this S3 storage service where you can similarly store your data and you can share it with different people.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the data on S3, you store your data. Along with the data, this S3 creates another data called metadata for your data.
Uh-huh.
What this metadata consists of? Who the user uploaded this data, at what time, okay, what is the size of the data, what permissions, the file permissions of this data, everything
Uh-huh.
detailed information about the data consists this metadata.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and every data that you upload, the file that you upload on this S3 will have a unique URL. Okay, when you
Uh-huh.
share this unique URL with different people so that they can download or they can view or they can whatever they can do with that data.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so on Amazon S3 is a object storage, So for this object storage, you'll have the data. Along with the data, you'll have the metadata. For each and every file that you store on the data will have a unique URL. So we call whatever the files that you store on this S3 bucket, S3 call as objects. Okay. So I'll say
Mhm.
the data as object. Okay. When we're
Okay.
talking particularly about object storage. Now in Amazon S3, what you exactly you do is you store all your information in buckets. You have to create bucket. Okay. On the bucket, you have to store your objects, and you can share the object with different people. Okay.
Okay.
Now let us see how do we do that. Under storage category, you can find S3. Click on S3. Roughly 1 minute. I'll get back.
Okay.
Storage. Yeah. Hello. This is a global service. This is not restricted to any region. Hello.
Yeah. I can hear you.
Okay. In order to create a bucket, go to Amazon S3. Click on Create Bucket, and you have to name the bucket. The bucket name should be very unique. Okay. If
Mhm.
somebody take the bucket name, you cannot do it. Like if I say test is taken by somebody. When you're trying to create, it will say this bucket name is already taken by some people of your account or maybe different account.
Mhm.
Okay, it should be very unique. I'll create as, and while creating, in which region you want to create the bucket. Even though this storage is global, but
Uh-huh.
somewhere in any one of the region you have to store that bucket, right? The data.
Yeah.
That is Mumbai. Click create. Now I created one bucket. Here you can see. I can upload the data. Just click on upload data. Drag and drop any files here. Okay, just upload.
Mhm.
I have file in that bucket.
Okay.
Okay. If you want to share it with anyone, click on properties
Robot.
and permission. Sorry. Here, go to public. Everyone. What exactly everyone want to do? List object, write object. Okay.
Mhm.
Read everything.
Okay.
Now, if you want to restrict this bucket contents only to one particular IAM user, yes, you can do that also.
Mhm.
Okay. There are along with this doing this, there are other features of Amazon S3 bucket. One is you can enable the versioning on the bucket.
Okay.
When you enable versioning on the bucket, what happens? It will store each and every change that you perform on that particular file as a version.
Mm.
And another feature of Amazon S3 bucket is you can host a static website on that bucket.
Mm.
Okay, all you need to do is you need to have a piece of your source code, website code, and you have to keep that in the bucket and you have to make it a public host. Usually what we do, we launch the server, we install the operating system, and then we install the web software, and then we'll keep our source code and we'll make it as a web server and we'll give it to
Right.
client, right? But here you just
Yeah.
create a bucket and keep your source code, and you're good. You can host the website.
Okay.
Every bucket will have the bucket URL. That URL would be your website URL.
Mm.
Okay, you can, if you want, you can change that URL also by introducing the DNS concept. I'll tell you about that later. Have
Okay.
you spoke about DNS?
No, we are not. So,
Not right. Okay. You cannot host both dynamic and static website. You can host only static website. You know, right? The difference between static and dynamic website.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I cannot hear you.
Sorry. If you want to enable versioning, click on this and enable versioning. If you want to enable the website hosting on this bucket, click on static website hosting. Okay. This is the link,
Okay.
and you have to provide your index file. Every website source code of website will have the index file, means it's the home page. If you call that home page calls all the different pages on the source code, and it will load all the entire website.
Uh-huh.
You have to define that home page, and you have to
Mm.
define that error page. Something problems with the website, it will display the error page. For example, let us host a static website and we'll see on this bucket. Okay,
Okay.
I have a sample source code with me. I have downloaded it. Mm, okay, this is the source code. When you open this home page index.html, see,
Mm-hmm.
it will load the website. Open with Chrome. This website is loaded from this file. Okay, you can see the path C users. This from here it is loaded. This is the website.
Uh-huh.
So what I'll do, I'll keep this website on the S3 bucket and we'll enable it. Go to S3. Okay, here name index.html. This is what my error page. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have any error page for my website. Just I'll leave it. Now go to bucket. Where is that bucket? Okay. Now click on bucket. Click on permissions, properties. Okay, we enable the static website hosting. Here you can see. Go to permissions. So whenever you want to enable this as a website, everybody has to read that files on the website, right? For that, you need to provide the bucket permissions. Everyone read.
Uh-huh.
Yes, or you can do it, either you can do it from here or you can do it from uh, JSON editor also. Like I can see AWS static website permissions. This is through a JSON code. You can write the permission. I'll copy this.
Uh-huh.
I'll paste it, and I'll change the bucket name here. Example hyphen bucket. Instead of that, I'll name the bucket. What is the bucket name? It's Karthik 786.
Mm-hmm.
Karthik 786. What does this means? It is saying the date, and it is saying it's hello everyone. Star means everyone. To get object means so that they get the object. Object means the files in the bucket. Okay. Which
Uh-huh.
bucket? This particular Karthik 786 bucket. This is what this means.
Uh-huh.
The bucket has public access. You have provided public access to the bucket. We highly recommend that you never grant any kind of public access to your S3 bucket. Now go to this bucket and I delete this old file and I'll
Uh-huh.
upload my source code. Delete. Now I'll upload my source code. Where is source code? On my download folders. This is what my source code. I'll drag and drop here. Just next. Not only the Ashraf who can read, write, uh,
Mm-hmm.
not any particular account. I want grant public read access to the objects in this bucket. Next. Next. Scroll down. Grant. Now all the files are uploading.
Uh-huh. Okay.
If you go to properties of that bucket, here you can see that. And if you click on this Amazon S3 buckets and don't click on bucket, click side of
Uh-huh.
the bucket. Here, if you click on that,
Okay.
you can see that everything, every bucket will have ARN. ARN means Amazon resource name. That is the unique name that is given by Amazon for that bucket. Okay.
Okay.
Now, if you click on the bucket, go to properties, click on static website. Here you will find that endpoint of your website. When you click on this endpoint, here you can see that this is URL. Whenever you have this URL, anybody can access the content of the bucket. For
Mm-hmm.
example, you can write from your browser also. I am pasting this URL on the chart, and you can see whether that is loading the website in your or not. Just click on that URL on the chart session. You'll load the
Okay.
website.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how you can create a static website hosting on the bucket also. This is an additional feature of bucket.
Okay.
Okay, that's it, Suraj. I'm a bit
Yeah.
early today. I have to move to office. Okay, I have some work.
Okay.
So this is
Uh-huh.
for today. What I'll do, it's night for you, right? Tomorrow morning I'll
Yeah.
again take. It means that for today night I'll take the class. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Around 10
What
o'clock.
time?
10 o'clock is good, or 9
10
o'clock?
o'clock, sir. 10 o'clock, sometime?
9 o'clock. How does that sound? 9 o'clock.
Yes, that's fine. 9 o'clock.
Okay, 9 o'clock.
9
It
o'clock,
means for you
CS,
9:30 morning.
yeah, 9:30 CST?
Yeah, CST.
Okay, no problem. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, by then I have to go to the videos. And this video I think you send it to me, right? Or I have recorded.
Yeah, okay. To you.
Okay,
So,
sure.
uh,
Yeah,
are do you have what?
sir.
Okay, I provide my number. Just ping me hi so that we can communicate on that.
Yeah, sure. You have my number? Okay,
You can find my number on the chat. Okay.
okay.
So after uploading the video to you, and
Uh,
message me your mail ID in the WhatsApp. Okay, so that I'll share that video with you.
okay.
I'll be sharing the video with you through YouTube. Okay, you know that the process, right? You have to log into
Yeah,
that
yeah,
particular email
yeah,
ID.
yeah, yeah.
That's it,
Okay.
guys. We will meet up tomorrow. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
Bye. Good
Okay.
night.
Bye.